The effects of UV radiation on the human body and its ability to cause skin cancers, by Vince, Brianna, Alyssa, Mitchell, and Gabriel. What is ultraviolet radiation? It is a radiation with a wavelength of 100 nanometers to 400 nanometers. It can be categorized into three types and has waves that are shorter than that of visible light but longer than that of X-rays. Types of UV radiation. UVA rays are the weakest of the three, and they can cause skin cells to age and can cause indirect damage to the cell's DNA. UVB rays are slightly stronger than UVA rays and damage cells and skin directly. They can cause skin cancer, cataracts, and sunburn. UVC are the strongest in regards to energy and do not reach the ground. They react to the ozone layer and are blocked by it, and they are extremely dangerous. Statement of purpose. UV light is an extremely high-frequency light that is mostly reflected by the atmosphere and ozone, but the small amount that does come through is very damaging to life. We calculated in our experiment the effect of the time of day on the intensity of the UV radiation. The frequency and ultraviolet index will increase as time passes because the sun's position is higher. The higher the sun is, the higher the exposure and damage of cells occurs. Shadier areas thus reduce the amount of sun exposure. Data. As the time increased throughout the day, so did the average UVI index and the average frequency. At 8 a.m., it began with a UV index of 2.53 and escalated to a 5.92 at 11 a.m. The average frequency at 8 a.m. was a 30.34, and by 11 a.m. it had doubled. Effects of UVR on the skin. It may cause sunburns, which is an inflammation of the cells in the skin, tanning, and immunosuppression, which is mainly the works of UVB rays. The frequency of the wave can destroy the DNA of skin cells, causing them to become ineffective or result in cell death. UVB rays are the strongest and are what directly affects the cells within the epidermis, including squamous cells, basal cells, and melanocytes. When the cell's DNA has been impaired and they begin to grow uncontrollably, this results in a tumor, either benign or malignant, also known as cancerous. If cancerous, the cancer spreads throughout the body and manifests control until in rare cases, such as with Merkel cell carcinoma, which is most prevalent in older people and has no approved specialist treatment method, results in death. How does cancer spread throughout the body? Skin cancers can be invasive and do not just manifest the surface of the skin. If and when tumors grow beneath the layers of the skin, it can potentially grow through the walls of blood or lymph vessels through a process called metastasis, which would ultimately result in the facilitation of cancer throughout the body via its vast networking of vessels. Prevention of skin cancer. Seek the shade, especially between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., which is the peak time that the sun is the highest. And avoid tanning and never use UV tanning beds, as a single use can increase chances of skin cancer dramatically. Cover up with clothing, including a broad-brimmed hat and UV-blocking sunglasses to avoid the effects of gaining a cataract. Use a broad spectrum that covers UVA and UVB rays with an SPF of 15 or higher every day. For extended outdoor activity, use a water-resistant, broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher. Apply around 1 ounce of sunscreen to your entire body 30 minutes before going outside to increase the chances of its effectiveness, and reapply every 2 hours or immediately after swimming or excessive sweating. Keep newborns out of the sun. Sunscreen should be used on babies over the age of 6 months only. Examine your skin head to toe every month to check for any abnormalities or growths of the skin that could prove to be skin cancer. And see your physician every year for a professional skin exam. Stages of skin cancer. Stage 0. Cancer cells have been confined to the epidermis but have not spread elsewhere. Stage 1. Cancer cells have gone further into the layers of the epidermis but have not spread to any lymph nodes or other body parts. Stage 2. The cancer cells have continued to go deeper into the epidermis and may have high-risk features but have still not invaded other parts of the body. Stage 3. It has spread to the lymph nodes but not any organs or bodily systems. Stage 4. The cancer cells have manifested the bodily systems. Treatments for skin cancer. Melanoma. Stage 0. A surgery is needed with a wide incision to remove the melanoma and surrounding skin, then is sent to a lab to test for cancer. Stage 1 treatment is the same as Stage 0. Stage 2 includes a wide incision and a sentinel lymph node biopsy is recommended to test for cancer. Stage 3. A wide incision is needed and lymph node dissection because cancer has reached the lymph nodes and immunotherapy or targeted therapy to prevent melanoma from coming back. Radiation could also be needed if any lymph nodes have been manifested with cancerous cells. Stage 4 is difficult to cure, but is commonly treated with radiation, immunotherapy, targeted therapy, or chemotherapy and may have many side effects due to the intensity of treatment. Conclusion. The correlation between the sun's peak effects on human skin cells and frequency along with UVI can be supported by the data collection and background information regarding prevention, treatment, and the formation of cancer in regards to exposure. Therefore, the sun's position, intensity, and the time affects the body's ability to develop skin cancer. Works cited.